Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you followed me for a little while and you know anything about me, it's that I love trying new things, and in particular, trying new routines. Years and years ago, I did a video for Refinery29 called 5 Days of Swapping Daily Routines, and in that video, I basically took on the different morning routines of various people in my life just to see how that affected the rest of my day. It was so much fun to try living my morning or my entire day in the way that other people do. I highly recommend swapping your daily routine and trying new things to see what works for your life and your body and your mind. So, living in New York City, it always feels like it's fashion week. You just can't go outside without spotting some sort of event that's related to high fashion or modeling. And because of that, I had the idea that I wanted to try the morning routine of a fashion model. And I knew exactly who to go to for a morning routine. Emily D. Donato is a model, a YouTuber, and so much more. If you're unfamiliar with her, you've probably seen her in various campaigns. She's worked with Maybelline, Victoria's Secret, she's walked in runway shows for Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and she's also been in ad campaigns for The Gap, Calvin Klein, Oscar de la Renta, Ralph Lauren, and a lot more. So this girl's all over the modeling charts. Recently, on my honeymoon in Thailand, I came to the discovery that Emily was following me on Instagram. And when I went to her page to check her out, I realized, wait a second, I'm not following her, but I know this girl. I've seen her in all these campaigns all around New York City. Immediately, I followed her back and I shot her a message. We started talking. Long story short, we were both in Bangkok at the same time and we connected over the internet, and we pretty much have not stopped connecting since then. She's 28 years old. She's 1 year older than me. She's absolutely one of the sweetest people I've ever met. The two of us are definitely gonna collaborate and do a video together in the future. But for now, she sent me some video clips so that we could collaborate on this video. I reached out to her and asked her to record a video telling me her typical morning routine, and then I lived 1 day of my life this week emulating her morning routine exactly. So today I'm gonna share with you exactly what a real life model does in a typical day in her life in New York City. Let's get into it.
Hello, Lucy. I heard that you want to try my morning routine. So I wake up every single morning around 7 a.m. One important aspect of when I wake up, always make sure that I wake up exactly 7.5 hours after I went to sleep. 7.5 hours is my magic number for sleep, and that's always when I wake up. So once I wake up in the morning, I do sleep with my cell phone right next to my head. I know that's like not good for you and stuff, but still do that. And I check my texts, I check my emails, see what's going on, check out my day, look at my calendar, look at my to-do list for the day.
In order to wake up at 7 a.m., which is very early for me, I had to go to sleep at exactly 11:30 p.m., which would get me that exact 7.5 hour sleep range that Emily says she gets. I actually like to try to not even go on the internet or go on Instagram or go on my emails until I am up and out of bed. But surprisingly, my brain was functioning at a very high speed and I was really ready to start doing work. Emily didn't say anything about going on Instagram or social media or surfing the web, so I was really trying to stay productive and focused to just look at my calendar and my email app. Then I just popped into the bathroom to quickly brush my teeth, but I did not do any sort of skincare routine because Emily actually saves that for later in the morning.
Lately, I have every morning been making an iced oat milk latte. So I do 2 shots of espresso, 1 cup of oat milk, a whole bunch of ice, a silicone straw, and that's kind of all I have in the morning.
Emily's morning drink sounded so epic. I actually do get oat milk lattes at coffee shops all the time, but it's not something I typically make. I am generally just a regular coffee kind of gal. Emily had me upping my coffee game just about 1 level, so I put a shot of espresso into the cup, and then I took a separate cup and I frothed some oat milk, and then I took the oat milk and I mixed it in with the espresso. I did a little bit extra frothing, and then I dumped a whole ton of ice in there and then popped my silicone straw in. It was delicious, kind of like an upgrade from my classic morning coffee, and definitely something that I can start to do every day.
While I'm drinking that, I love to go over to my computer area, look at my to-do list again, figure out what I want to get done today. So one of my favorite things to do is to prioritize what I want to do in a day. So I always have a general to-do list, but then I'll have my kind of action items list of my top things that I'm absolutely going to get done today on this very day.
I loved Emily's strategy of going straight to the computer after you get your morning coffee and just kind of starting to strategize for the day. So just getting it all down on paper and seeing it laid out before you can help to just alleviate your mind from that pressure. Emily said that she makes a list of general to-dos and then also action items for the day. And this is a to-do list structure that I'm not used to, but I found it really helpful to be able to write a list of all the general things that I have to achieve, but then sort of narrow it down to, okay, what is actually the first thing I'm going to do here in order to be productive?
So after I kind of look at my to-do list and do all that, I get into my workout clothes and then I head over to the gym. So I either go and work out in my home gym or I will go work out with my personal trainer. So 3 days a week I work out with my personal trainer, and we typically lift super heavy weights. That's my favorite kind of workout, and I'm going to send you one of our workouts in a separate note, and you can try that in this morning routine if you want. Lots of weights, lots of kettlebells, lots of cardio. One other thing that I forgot to add, I also, right when I wake up in the morning, before I go to the gym or do anything, I always have at least 3 glasses of water before I even leave my house. So make sure you do that too.
This one was a lot for me. I do love water, and I do like having maybe 1 cup of water right when I wake up, but 3 cups of water before I even leave the house, especially on top of the oat milk latte, was a lot of liquids to put into my system. I did find it a little bit difficult to drink 3 cups of water at home at that time. So I could have done an at-home workout like I usually do, but because I was emulating Emily's routine and I really wanted to make it as similar to hers as possible, I synced up with a personal trainer and I went to a gym. I sent him her circuit, so the exact circuit that she sent me that she does, and I had him prep it for us, and then I went through her exact fitness routine. I definitely needed to kind of tone some things down here and there because I'm just not as strong as she is yet, but we basically took her routine and made it a little bit more doable for me, and it was really fun. So I just finished Emily's workout with a personal trainer, so I'm going to pop it up right here. So she basically has 3 different circuits of what she does. Those are resistance training circuits. So the first ones, you can see it says 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. So that's 4 parts of the first circuit. Then there's the second circuit and the third. So in the first circuit, she does a dumbbell chest press core engagement. Then she does renegade rows, then kettlebell squats, and then bench jump overs. She does this first circuit 3 times. It tells you her exact weight load, which I did not copy exactly because I am nowhere near as strong as Emily is yet. Where you see BW, that means she just does it with her body weight. And then on the side, it tells you exactly how many seconds of an interval she takes between sets. Then you'll see the second circuit, which has 4 parts to it also. So there's the dumbbell bent over row, the core bench knee tuck, then there's the dumbbell band hip thrust, which I actually used a barbell for, and mountain climbers. Then you can see her third set, so she does dumbbell Romanian deadlifts, then kettlebell dead cleans, and kettlebell swing catches. And then when she's done with this resistance training, she does an energy system development, which is a treadmill run, and she basically does sprints. So she puts the intensity to an incline of 3.5 and a speed of 8. So I replicated that and it was pretty fast for me. And then she does 4 sets of 30 seconds of running, and in between each set, she takes 30 seconds of rest. So I just did that exact workout. It was a lot more intense than I thought it would be. Normally I don't feel this sort of soreness until the following day, but I'm feeling it right away. Just finished the workout and I'm sore. But I could definitely see how doing this type of workout every week, a couple of times a week, would start to build some intense muscle. So I'm definitely gonna work with my trainer to start adding this in to my routine because this is awesome.
After that, I tend to walk home. I come home and have my morning smoothie. So I've definitely made that on my YouTube channel many times before, so you can go over there and watch it, but every single morning I have a smoothie after I work out, and inside of it there's almond milk, a cup of spinach, mixed berries, I usually do about a half a cup, 1/3 of a cup of oats for the carbs and energy for the day, and 1 scoop of whey protein, and that's what I have for breakfast. So when I go to the gym, I really only have my coffee in my stomach. I don't like to eat before I work out.
After I walked home, I started building her morning smoothie. There were 2 ingredients in this smoothie that I'm not used to putting in my smoothies, and they are oats and also whey protein. They actually really make the smoothie a lot heartier and denser. I enjoyed both of them. So I added my spinach, I added my mixed berries, I put oats, I put whey powder, and then I put almond milk. And it was really, really delicious. I loved Emily's smoothie, and I think I'm gonna steal her tactic of adding oats in whenever I wanna make it a little bit more filling.
So then I kind of make my smoothie, drink that, jump into the shower. So in the shower, I do what everyone else does in the shower. Once I get out of the shower, then I kind of start my skincare routine and kind of start getting ready for the day. So this is usually around like 8:30, 9:30, around 10 o'clock post-workout. So in the shower, I like to wash my face with this Drunk Elephant Jelly Cleanser. And then I like to apply some of this vitamin C serum. I love vitamin C. That's like my absolute favorite thing. I feel like it's made a really big difference for my skin. And lately I've been using this CEO serum from Sunday Riley. And then of course some moisturizer. So I've been using this Biotherm Aqua Source Gel. I'll obviously send you all these products.
Next, I went into the shower and I wanted to make sure that I was following Emily's routine exactly to a T. So I asked her ahead of time all of the skincare and hair products that she uses, and I made sure to get those exact products so I could try them out. I used the face wash that she uses in the shower, and then when I got out, I used the serum and the moisturizer that she uses. So there's this CEO Vitamin C Serum from Sunday Riley. I've never used Vitamin C Serum before, so I'm excited to try this. Ooh, it smells like citrus. All right, love that. And then she uses this Biotherm Aqua Source Gel as a moisturizer. Let's try it. I love moisturizers that feel like a surge of water. My skin gets really dry. Oh, this one smells great.
And then for my hair, if I'm leaving my hair natural and just kind of the way it is after I get out of the shower, I pretty much always apply these two products. So Eel's Formula, which is like a serum, a kind of like a finishing serum, but it kind of just allows my natural texture to be the way that it is. And then I also do a little bit of this May 11 Revitalizing Hair Oil. So that's that.
So she told me 2 different hair products that she uses, and to be honest, I really don't put anything in my hair on a daily basis. The only thing I'll do is put in some sort of a heat protectant if I'm about to blow dry it or style it, but otherwise I don't use oils and serums. So getting these products was really interesting, and I actually really liked the way they made my hair feel and smell. Smells really good. What is it I'm smelling? Castor oil, sweet almond oil, avocado oil, hemp seed oil. Wow, it smells really good.
After that, I kind of just do like my everyday makeup, and I tend to get dressed for the day. And usually after that, I always have like coffees or meetings or something scheduled after that. And then I'm usually out the door and kind of at my meetings by like 10:30, 10:45. And then I kind of start my day.
Then I put on my everyday makeup, I got dressed, and I headed out the door for my first meeting of the day. It's not very like me to be out the door and totally ready for the day at that time. 10:30, 10:45 is a very early time for me. I am typically out way later because I wake up later, and it takes me a long time to go through this morning process usually. On top of it, to be out the door at that time, having already gone to the gym, had a smoothie, had my coffee, and organized and prepped for the day, that was kind of crazy.
I hope that was like specific enough for you. I feel like if you do the workout that I send you, you'll definitely enjoy that, and that will be tough. What else do I do? Yeah, I think that's it.
So if nothing else, copying Emily's routine taught me that there are a lot of ways for me to be a little bit more efficient in the morning, and one of them is waking up earlier. Personally, I'm fascinated by morning routines. I think it is just such an incredible way to see what works for you in your lifestyle, what makes you the most efficient, what makes you the most productive, what helps you get on track and set yourself up for success in a day best. I would love to make more videos like this where I try other people's routines, and in particular, I would love to try different routines of people that have different types of jobs. But let me know what other careers out there you're interested in seeing the morning routine of. For instance, the morning routine of someone that works at a bank, or the morning routine of a bodybuilder, or the morning routine of an event/wedding planner. There are honestly so many jobs that I could show you the morning routines of, so comment below and let me know what you want to see. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Be sure you're subscribed by clicking right here. If you want to subscribe to Emily's channel too, click somewhere around here. I'm going to put a link where you can find her channel. It's also linked down below in the description box. And once again, let me know what other morning routines you want to see me try. See you next time. Bye.